Welcome back to Boring Reviews.
Boring land.
Oh, just kidding.
Blasphemer! Hello,
right.
Boring Review Nation!
Kind of pointless.
We know all things.
All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Jodi there.
And thank you so much for clicking on this video. We are super excited and ready for the long journey of today's video. Jodi, what are we checking out today?
23 minutes of Al Murray.
That's not the video of the day.
Al Murray's take on the nations of the world.
You made that sound like we're actually dreading this right now.
Oh, no, you just said a long video, and I was like, 23 minutes of Al Murray.
The only thing that's bad about Al Murray, at least for me personally, is every time I watch his videos, it makes me think about how little I actually know about the world. So, 23 minutes of him letting me feel that way. I'm going to feel about this small by the end of it. But that's okay. We appreciate you clicking on this video. If you're here for the long haul, if you watch all 23 minutes with us, we appreciate that. At some point in that 23 minutes, if you don't mind to please
Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're aware of our next upload of videos.
I mean, come on. It's the time to be giving. Give those likes like it's going out of style. And if you like our reaction to this, we also have other Al Murray videos that we have reacted to on our channel. Some will be recommended for you for your viewing pleasure. All right, with all that being said,
For your view.
his take on the nations of the world, I can't wait to hear this. Here we smell.
We were gods! And there she is at the top, in the middle of the map. Great Britain. Doesn't get any better than that. She's beautiful, isn't she? Hey, the only actually sexually attractive country on the map. Hey, here, Ludwig, one look at her. Hey, she's beautiful, isn't she, mate? Hey, I can see why you lot wanted her so much. Now, the point is... And Great Britain is, of course, the centre of the earth. That's a scientific fact. It cannot be argued with. Straight through Great Britain runs the north line of longitude. Great Britain is scientifically, technically, provably the centre of the earth. Yeah? Yeah? Because of the north line of longitude. All right? We put the line there, but it still stands. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that we, the British, us in here, we're in charge of what time is all over the world. It's fucking beautiful, isn't it? It means the Germans don't sit down for their lunch until we say it's 1 o'clock. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And we wrote a book, we did, and we wrote it in English, the finest language in the world, in fact, the finest language in the universe, a language even spoken in space, as any fan of Star Trek will tell you. A language even Americans can handle with some degree of skill, though your boss needs a few lessons, mate. Now, you look at him.
How dare
Axel
you?
of Elvis, what's he on about? You look at this.
He's like cracking up in his own song.
Which is beautiful, I mean, we invented work. We, the British, invented work. That is a fact. Yeah, we've done everything. We invented work. We had a revolution, industrial revolution, invented work. The French didn't. They had a French revolution when they invented being French. As a result, a lot of dead French people. Progress. The Russians. Ask any historian. The Russians, they had a similar revolution outcome. Yeah, we didn't bother with that. Yeah, we had an industrial revolution where we invented work. At the end of it, everyone had shoes, a knife and a fork, and a giant metal ship each. You can't argue that. That's why we, the British, are currently entitled to have our feet up and have whatever we want made by a Malaysian 4-year-old for £1. You and I earned that. We should make the most of it. Now. Yeah, and it's a broad church, Great Britain. We've got the Scots, we've got the Jocks, of course, and I love you, Jocks. You're beautiful people. Yeah, I love you. You're beautiful. You Jocks, you like to say, don't you, Paul? You like to say, the Battle of Bannockburn. Nay, nay, the Battle of Bannockburn. Nay, when the field ran red with English blood, when Robert the Bruce told the English indeed, a lesson he would never forget. Fair play. Got to give it to you on that one. You want it fair and square. But you say Bannockburn, I say Culloden, because it's not the heats that count, is it, mate? It's the final. As far as I remember, you lot have never actually been in a final, have you? Now, look at this thing. Look at this thing. Our Celtic brethren, the Welsh, and I love the Welsh. They're beautiful people, aren't they? God bless the Welsh, eh? And what's interesting about the Welsh is it's said they have an accent. I don't think they do. I think they have an attitude, with all due respect. Every time a Welsh bloke opens his mouth, he sounds as though he's dying of some inner hurt and torment that he hasn't figured out yet. Whatever it is, even on his wedding day, the happiest day of his life, he sounds pissed off, doesn't he? This is the happiest day of my life. I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you, the most beautiful woman I have ever seen in Cardiff.
Is that true? Let us know.
Raining now next door. There's our cheeky sidekick, Ireland, of course. Yeah, I mean, look at it. We're like a motorbike and sidecar. They go nowhere without us. Oh, they've changed the name, painted a different colour, but we're the ones with the engine. You look at it. And I'll be the first to admit it's been a bumpy ride with the Irish. It's not always gone according to plan, and even when it has gone according to plan, they haven't liked that either, have they? Leading to long, expensive judicial inquiries. But there's a lot went wrong. I mean, that potato famine was a terrible business, but you can get crisps for love nor money in this country. That's when we first turned to peanuts in my business. Now, got to keep the punters thirsty somehow. But I love the Irish and I have infinite respect for them up to a point because over many years they've done much for us, haven't they? They dug our roads and now they sing for our amusement. It's fantastic. 20 years ago, Westlife would have been digging the M25. There's no doubt about that. I believe I can fly. Yeah, all right. Is it level? Get back to it. They've done well for a bunch of tone-deaf, spud-faced chancers.
Can't help himself.
Next, of course, we have the neighbour from hell, France. I don't know why we don't just grow a great big hedge up the English Channel. Spoil their light, eh? Big noisy party in Kent, chuck some dog shit over the fence, eh? Set fire to a few tyres, eh? That'll be the way to go. France, or the France, as it prefers to call itself. The France. La France. The France, in case we should confuse it with some other France. With this France, or that France, or courageous, reliable, turning up in times of battle France, or...
Wow.
You work your way down, there's the unsolved Rubik's Cube of Europe there. Spain and Portugal, as you can see. Can't get them last two bricks. Now... Who here's been to Spain? Show of hands, please. Everybody, basically. Reason for this, Battle of Armada, 1588, we defeated the Spanish. As a result, they signed a humiliating treaty allowing our boys and girls to go and fight on their beaches. Of course, we've got to stay match fit somehow. Now, this had the added bonus if the Spanish try anything, we're poised, ready to invade the following morning once our heads have cleared and we've stopped copulating like eels. I'll tell you what goes on in Spain is filthy, innit, Annie? It's filthy, innit, love? Filthy, innit? Filthy. Say it, love. Yeah, go say filthy like that. Filthy, like that. Filthy. Filthy, like that. Filthy. Say like that. Filthy. Like that. Come on, say it. Filthy. Filthy. Fantastic. My little Canadian friend, you say filthy now as well. Go on, say filthy. Filthy. Yeah, how about you two look at each other and say filthy? Come on, girls. Come on.
That is a gigantic globe, I was going to say.
It could be the beginning of something very interesting.
The girl in the purple's like, okay, but the other girl's like, no.
Did you hear what he said? You could find out you enjoy it, you never know. I know what you're doing, Al.
That's fantastic, wasn't it? That's every man's dream, innit? The chance to disappoint two women at once. Sorry, love, I'm puffed out from the first one. Look at this. And the whole thing with Spain, right, this is a great place to go on holiday because it's extremely hot, right? Yeah, in fact, it's so hot you can't think, innit? You get off the plane, you can't even fucking think your way down at the end of the stairs. You have a couple of beers, you wipe your own memory. It's the perfect place to go and get away from everything because you can't think, you can't remember anything. It's fucking brilliant. Yeah? Now, that's fine for us. Going there for 2 weeks, a week, weekend, whatever. Yeah, for the British to get away from it all, going to a country where it's too hot to think. But for the people actually living there, it's caused all sorts of problems. Yeah, the Spanish, I mean, they have that lie down in the afternoon to try and clear their heads and make some decisions in the evening. But it's played havoc with their decision-making process, isn't it? For many centuries, they were convinced the Earth was flat. I mean, for Christ's sake. It's not even level, is it? It's ridiculous. I mean, mountains are the clue, aren't they? Fucking hell. Hey, look around you, Carlos. I mean, they had to be proved wrong by an Italian. That's how low they'd sunk. Then there's that whole business of fighting animals, bullfighting. Now, I have no row with a cow. I want no battle with cattle. It's not personal, is it, the whole thing with a cow? We rear a cow, look after it for a couple of years, and it turns itself into the abattoir. But it's not personal, is it? Right? It's a business arrangement. It's not personal. I wouldn't punch a cow in the face. It would be a humiliating thing to do to it on its way to its death. I wouldn't do that. Right? It would be unfair on the cow. It just so happens I'm hungry, he's made of beef. It's not personal, is it? Obviously, I'd punch a squirrel if I could get close enough.
Obviously.
You bastard! Oh, stop leaving nuts in the sandpit in the beer garden. If I did punch a squirrel, I'd be doing it for myself. Right? Out of curiosity or revenge. I wouldn't...
Just when you thought you loved animals.
The amusement of strangers in an arena. I wouldn't put on tights. I wouldn't stick pins in the squirrel first to enrage him. I wouldn't wave a cape the colour squirrels don't like. Just probably a grey-green like a rotten nut. I don't, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't do it. Normal. Ludwig, what's your animal size punching limit cut off? What's the biggest animal you'd punch, Ludwig? A dog. Yeah, but there's all sorts of... What are you talking, a Great Dane or a terrier? What are we talking?
Great Dane.
You punch a Great Dane. That's you and that's the Germans all over it, the Danish. You're not happy with them, each other, are you? Now, the point is...
Set you up.
The point is... right, I mean, if you chucked a donkey off a church tower in Great Britain... yes, exactly. Right? If you chucked a donkey off a church tower in Great Britain... right? Yeah, you'd be on a register in about 15 minutes flat, wouldn't you? Big angry crowd of fat women in shell suits protesting at your doorstep. Having brought their kids along without the faintest idea what's going on. That's because this country is normal. Now, way along there's Italy, and I'd like to point out right now that this is fact. There's no opinion in what's to follow. The basic thing with Italy, right, is they've got no follow-through, have they? You don't see stuff through to its logical. 43, they folded early. Venice, they still haven't called a plumber. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's under them stairs. Do like the stopcock, for Christ's sake. Yeah, in any other country, a flooded city that stank of shit would be regarded as a disaster, wouldn't it?
Does it really stink?
Not some sort of romantic jewel in a crown. I mean, a pizza. What is a pizza? I tell you, it's a pasty that some arsehole hasn't shut yet, isn't it? Shut the pasty, Giuseppe!
Hey, pizza's delicious.
Volcanoes because they ain't finished. Up here, we have Germany. Now, I respect the Germans, I do. Yeah, because they tried twice, didn't they? 2 cracks of the world title, you'll have to respect that.
Gotta respect that.
Swiss, there's of course Switzerland there. I mean,
millions of people
died. Look at the situation those people have got themselves into. Hey, look at it, hey? French to the right of them, yeah, Austrians to the left of them, Germans up above, Italians down below. Hey, you'd never sell that flat, would you? You wouldn't be able to shift it, no matter how tidy it was, how much chocolate you left lying around. This Austria, which is made of pastry, that's why it shrunk. You work your way down, you've got Yugoslavia. Now, basically, I'll explain it for the MP. Basically, Jane, the people who live in Yugoslavia don't really get on. That's all you need to know. Now, and a while ago, we, the British, bombed it, yeah, because it's very complicated. We bombed it to make it simpler for them. But, can't argue about who lives where when there's no houses left, can you? Hey?
Nope. Nope. Oh my gosh.
No pleasing some people. Down here, Albania, where the albinos live, you've got Greece, where they invented the Olympics, Turkey, where they invented Christmas. I know which one I prefer, it comes around every year. There's Bulgaria, Romania, Moldavia, the Womble countries. There's Ukraine, the only country you can get the word urine out of in one go. There's Poland, where everyone's a trained plumber. Lithuania, where they're all electricians. Estonia, where they're all plasterers. And Latvia, where everyone's a carpenter, coming over here doing the jobs we're not prepared to do because we've all got worthless degrees in media studies. There's
We're not prepared to do.
Look at the size. When you look at the world from this angle, though, look at the size of Russia. Look at the size. Just look at the size of Russia.
Gigantic.
Annie, hop up, measure Russia, love. Come on, put a finger either end of Russia, sweetheart. That's it. Good girl.
No.
Dreams are going to come true. That's it. Yeah. Did you see exactly? Hold the fingers up. Show everyone exactly how big. How big.
No.
Yes, you getting the message yet, sweetheart?
No.
There's a fine line between banter and harassment, isn't there?
Yes.
In European court. Now,
Oh my
I mean,
God.
Russia's gigantic. As it goes all the way around to America. Yeah. Then you've got the international dateline that we set up a while back, so middle-aged men from Birmingham can meet and marry ladies from the Philippines. Then we have the Pacific Rim, Andrew. Yeah, I got your number, pal. Japan, of course, Korea. Well, of course, the Korean War, that was a terrible business. Basically, we found out they were eating dogs and sent in the RSPCA rifles as quickly as we could. There's some... China, where they put a man into space very recently. Mind you, they didn't use a rocket, they just stood on each other's shoulders and passed him up.
No.
Hence the leotard shortage 2 years ago. There's Mongolia, of course, we're not allowed to call it that anymore, eh? Social workers. There's same goes for the Black Sea. There's Kazakhstan, of course, where the Kazakhs live, Uzbekistan, where the Uzbekis live, Turkmenistan, where the Turkmenis live, Tajikistan, where the Tajikis live, and Kazakhstan, where they're taking a piss, to be honest. It goes all the way around to Europe, yeah? Russia's gigantic, a massive country, endless mineral resources, and a population used to doing exactly as they're told for tuppence. And it's still crap, they can't turn it round. And I think the simple reason for this is they need, and the only way they're going to fix it, they need to get in a proper working alphabet with actual letters that people can read. It's a nonsense.
He's obsessed with that.
Down here, of course, Africa. Now, as a man of science, yeah, like Ben here, the doctor, would tell us that all human life originally evolved in Africa. Would you say that?
Absolutely.
Absolutely? Well, I can't agree with you, mate. I was in Devon 3 weeks ago. Let me tell you this, natural selection's got some powerlifting to do in Plymouth. No thumbs, tails, it's an outrage. Cornwall is actually Celtic for cousin's wedding. And we have... the Middle East. Careful! In fact, the Middle East is extremely complicated. In fact, it's so complicated that me explaining it here tonight could possibly make it worse. We'll have a punt, why not? The point is... I mean, it's basically all you really need to know, Jane, is the people who live there don't really get on, right? And for my money, they should all pull their heads in. Right? Pull your heads in, fellas. Calm down. Yeah, that's my advice. I'm in the Israelis. I don't like the people at the end of my road, but I haven't bought a tank. Hate them. Of course, once you've bought a tank, you've got to use it, haven't you? That's where all the problems arise. And a while ago, we, the British, very helpfully stepped in to try and sort out the Middle East once and for all. We did. We made an effort, yeah, on our way through to India to get a cuppa. And we sat them all down, back of an envelope, red pen and a ruler, and we drew them some nice new straight borders, yeah, around the naturally occurring oil that we had found that they weren't looking for. And we set them up with kings and queens in Arab countries with beautiful Arab names like Syria and Iraq and Jordan and Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I mean, we could have just called them Shell, SO, BP, Texaco, Wild Bean Cafe, but no.
Cafe.
Iraq, it's ours now. There's Iran, who's next. There's Afghanistan, work in progress. There's Pakistan.
I love how quick he is.
And of course, India, or 118 Dia, as I prefer to call it. Basically, the Jordis asked for too much money. What they were going to spend £1 a week on, I can't imagine. Here we have. But India is a land of ancient, mysterious, mystic, ancient mystery. An ancient, mysterious, mystic land locked within an ancient, mysterious, mystic tradition of ancient, mysterious, mystic mystery, wrapped within the mysteries of ancient mysticism. With 4 billion people that we used to run with 2 blokes and a bike. And How we got away with that, I can't imagine. That's the actual mystery. Here, you work your way around, there's the dangling genitals of Southeast Asia, as you can see. You can see that there. And can you see that? Dangling, just fantastic. There's Vietnam, the left bollock, Cambodia, the right bollock. Malaysia, the bell end, Singapore, the Jap's eye. There's Christmas Island, where it is Christmas every day. Someone should tell Wizard and they can knock it off. There's Indonesia, Papa's got a brand new Guinea. There's Australia. Or Wilkinson Land, as I prefer to
Never
call
heard
it. Here we
that
have
before. Wicked Land, is that what he said?
New Zealand, yeah. Yeah, New Zealand. Yeah, of course, land of ancient hobbits and orcs. Hey, yeah, you like the hobbits, don't you, Andrew? They're about the right height, aren't they, pal? You have definitely thought about it. It's all you can think about. You're obsessed, mate. That's all you can think about all the time. You can't get out of your head. Now, up here, of course, we have Hawaii, where Pearl Harbor is, as everyone knows. As everyone knows, where the Americans were taken completely by surprise 2 years into a global war.
Easy.
You're amateurs, mate. Now, Tropic of Cancer, they should change that. It's tasteless. Tasteless. Upsetting for the relatives. There's Easter Island, of course, where there's lots of chocolate. The Galapagos, where we invented evolution. Down here, the South Pole. Now, everyone knows that the British were actually second to the South Pole. That's a fact. I'm not afraid of admitting that. But because we got there second, we were able to verify that the other bloke got there first. Which means, strictly speaking, we're the umpire on that one. Therefore, it's our game, our rules, we win. Can't argue that. Can't argue that.
Nice.
Falkland Islands, 1982, no help from no one else. Hey, fantastic. And that wasn't a war for oil either. That was a war for penguins, which, of course, are an essential ingredient in making Guinness. You boil them up, the white stuff floats to the top. There's treacherous Argentina. Chile, which is stringy. Up here we have Peru. Has anyone here been to Peru? Anyone at all? Yeah, a couple of people been to Peru. Yeah, the lady there, what's your name, love? Laura. Posh. Now, you went, what was Peru like, love? Beautiful. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm never going there, sweetheart. And I urge none of you to go there, and I urge none of you to have anything to do with Peru, right? Because that country might be beautiful, love, but it's bang out of order. I'm no bleeding art, you've detected that by now, but the way they treat their bears is a outrage. The way they take a bear and he's not even fully grown, they give him a suitcase and a scruffy old hat and a scruffy old coat. They give him his travel documents, a note, please look after this bear, not even say what his name is. Send him off on his way, eh? It's an outrage.
Must be that story.
What is that called?
I thought he was English. I can't remember his name. Yeah, you're going to England. I can't remember his name. Oh,
they made a movie about it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's Colombia, where excitement's from.
You know it's from Peru.
Venezuela, capital city, Caracas. Grow up. Panama, one canal. I'm not impressed. We got thousands, don't we? And ours will lead to Great Britain, don't they? Not the arse end of There's the cricketing area, not what it was. There's Mexico, capital city, Mexico City. Make an effort!
Yeah, Paddington, yeah.
And of course, the United States of America, which is basically, the best way of looking at it really, is that it's a good idea that's got out of hand. I mean, they've lost the plot, these people. Look, you can't call a town Tampa, it's going to confuse the ladies. I mean, they got off to a good start. New England, you can see what they're trying to do there. I mean, you've got Norfolk, Durham, Richmond, Birmingham, Newark, Hertford, Manchester. They're starting to run out of sensible names, aren't they? Banger, Welsh name alert, they're in the shit. I mean, then they go mad. Chattanooga, Tennessee, Albuquerque. It's not...
Albuquerque?
Scrabble, fellas.
Albuquerque?
Up here, of course, is Canada. Now, these people in this part of Canada are absolutely... This is priceless.
There you go.
The French speaking.
These people in this part of Canada are absolutely convinced that they're French. That's not the case. They're just living somewhere shit and it's a reflex action. Baffin Island without a baffin on it. Greenland, which is white. Iceland, which is a volcano. The Faroe Islands, nowhere near Egypt. I'm not responsible for the names. And back here, of course, is Great Britain, because that's one of the most beautiful things about the world.
He skipped Norway,
the way the
Sweden,
British God made it for
Finland.
Yeah.
Because God is British, that's why we don't have earthquakes in this country. Because you don't shit on your own doorstep. The most beautiful thing about the world being round is whichever way you go, you'll always end up back here in Great Britain, here in Her Majesty's London, on a Sunday night, drinking in the Bloomsbury Theatre with people like you. Yeah? Yeah. That's right.
That was good.
Oh, man. That was entertaining, and I feel like we could follow along with so much more. There were a couple moments I was like, wait, what? But I was able to understand quite a bit.
Well, the thing, not that I'm a comedian, never have stood up and told jokes or whatever, but I'm a teacher, and, you tell jokes every single day. It's like your students are your audience. And not that we're up there telling jokes, we're teaching, but you want to try to lighten the mood a little bit sometimes and have some fun. When you're making an inside joke with students, or you're making an inside reference not everyone's going to know, you're going to get a lot of crickets. You're going to get a lot of I love the fact that he is not afraid to throw those inside jokes, throw those inside references, because someone's going to get it. And they're going to be laughing their tail off or whatever. We didn't get all of it, and that's okay. But I do appreciate all of the wit that he has, and he's able just to throw this around. He covered the entire world with the exception of, some of the countries. I didn't mention every single country. But he covered the majority of the entire world, had something to say, some kind of quip or whatever for each thing, which I thought was extremely impressive, absolutely hilarious, the parts that I got, right? And let me just say, the thing about America, he's not 100% incorrect. A great idea that went out of hand. Like, things have gotten out of hand 100%, and you can choose your point of topic and what specific thing. That was pretty hilarious because not too wrong there.
I thought for sure he was going to say something with Alaska being like way up in Canada and being like, wait, what happened here? Like, are they leaving?
They got the right idea.
Yeah, exactly. Something. But no, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was very, very good. And again, he just shows his knowledge base. Again, he goes back to the people in the audience. That was pretty funny, too. He just goes with it real quick. He has great timing. And it was great to see twice there where he kind of broke a little bit, right?
Yep.
Once before the joke, once in the middle of the joke. And I really, really enjoyed that.
And even his line where he's like, okay, there's a fine line between something like being funny and harassment or something like that. And I was like, yeah.
He was definitely towing, maybe stepping over that line.
We're flirting too much with that.
For any cricket fans, it was definitely probably a no ball. But it's okay. It was absolutely hilarious. Let us know what you thought about his thoughts about our reaction to it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
Goodbye.